Having gone through spring with a couple of guys now, how have you seen them retain your two quarterbacks going into spring this season here?
Yeah, I think mentally they picked up right where they left off. You know, Fitz is running the show like he should. You know, I'm pretty pleased with the way he's doing, operating, leading, conducting himself. I mean, we all know he's got the talent. He's just got to be consistent, and he had his best day today. But he's got to do it every day. You know, if he wants to be great. I told him today, listen, you know, you got a lot of talent. You can be a good player, and you know, having consistent days. But if you want to be great, if you want to be really good, you got to string multiple days like this together. And so that's a challenge for him. He did it today, and he's got to do it. Keaton, you know, he's picked up where he left off mentally. Now he's got to take that next step. You know, I think he picked up where he left off, but now he's got to take the next step and run the show. You know, he knows what he's doing. I don't know how confident he is in knowing what he's doing, but he knows it. He's just got to now exude it. And you know, as a quarterback in this offense, we make a lot of checks, a lot of calls. You got to make sure guys in the right place. He's usually working with younger guys with the two, so he's got to take control. And so we had that conversation today. He understands that, and you know, he's the next guy up, so he's got to be ready to go. So he's got to take it up to that next step, which obviously has got to be expedited with kind of our quarterback situation. Obviously, it's not optimal. You'd rather kind of bring him along slowly, but he's got the ability to do it mentally and physically. So
that not being optimal, I mean, does that make the challenge for you because you're going from a guy with a lot of experience to a guy with no experience in the same drill session?
Yeah, you know, and it's in the way our you know, the depth charts it's pretty cut and dry, kind of who's 1 and 2. I mean, you like some more competition there. And so the challenge for those two really is they got to be intrinsically motivated to get better every day. Because I mean, we all know Fitz can be a starter and Keaton's going to be 2, but they can't get content with that and go through the motions. So they got to be able to push themselves and be competitive with themselves. And we use a lot of grading systems, kind of the way they are able to be competitive with themselves and make sure that they're improving every day.
Who fills out the rest of the depth chart?
Mitch and Rip are still battling for 3. So, and then, you know, Logan did a good job this spring with the numbers. We just couldn't bring them in. But so those 3 guys will be battling for spring. You know, there isn't really one clear-cut leader. They've been rotating, getting even reps. So, you know, they had their best day today. Those 2. You know, they've struggled obviously with install. And at the quarterback position, I mean, you can't really hide if you don't know what you're doing. The whole play is broken down. So, you know, they've had to learn fast, and they've done a good job of picking it up. But today was the first day I kind of saw them actually running the offense and not just trying to remember what they're doing.
Logan will join to the 120? Yeah,
he'll be back. He'll be back. You know, if something happens, if we get a spot open, we'll try to bring him in for this camp. But he'll be back with us when school starts for sure.
For Keaton, you mentioned that it's a unique situation of being a true freshman, but then also trying to also be the backup to a 4th-year junior. Maybe this is a little too vague or dumb, but like, what does he need to do? What are you wanting from him? Obviously, improve, but what are those specific things he's got to do to?
You know, he's got to. Well, like I said, he's got to take control. I mean, that was a great thing. You know, thing about Dak wasn't that physical. I mean, Fitz is much more physically talented than Dak was in terms of arm strength, speed, and all that. But with that, obviously, the thing that we all know that Dak had was that leadership and those intangibles, running the show, running the offense, even as a young guy. Even when he was the backup. And so that's what I tell Keaton all the time. Listen, okay, you got to be able to run the show even as a backup. And what does that entail? Entails getting guys lined up. It entails not, you know, cadence, just little things where it's not just footwork, read, throw. It's making sure guys are in the right spot, making sure you get the right checks, and doing it confidently. He's doing it right now. He's just not exuding that confidence and the urgency that Fitz is. And that all comes with just reps and knowledge, being comfortable with that. You know, in terms of running, you know, throwing and running, and there's little things, tweaks and stuff you got to do there with his delivery. Sometimes he lets the index finger get off the ball, and sometimes, every once in a while, the ball will slip out of his hand. That's one kind of specific thing. You know, back foot in terms of pocket stuff, he's got to get that underneath him more, but that's more kind of nerdy football stuff.
He seems like he's sorry.
Oh, yeah, keep going, Bob. Yeah.
But I mean, he graduated early. I mean, this is a 18-year-old who plays chess for fun. He's clearly a smart guy.
Oh, he's smart. No, that's what I mean. He gets it. He's just got to believe it, and he's got to know that he gets it and be confident in it. So when you make the check, it's not quiet, timid. It's a confident, loud check. But yeah, I mean, in terms of maturity, the guy's way beyond his years.
How do you coach that? That alpha, you know, being able to, you know,
Yeah.
feel confident. How do you pull that out of
You
the
build
kid?
confidence. I mean, you got to get him confident in what he's doing. So a lot of it's meeting times, just going over film work. Okay, what do you got here? Say it out loud. Have him do it in the meeting. Be loud with it, right? We don't, you know, the kind of the running joke in our meeting is, what, KT? What? You know, I mean, it's speak up, be loud, be confident. So we practice that in meetings, because you got to practice it to do it just like anything else. So he will sit there and go through the calls in the meeting room and make sure that he's getting them out loud. And then obviously it's so different when you get on the field. It's flying around 100 miles an hour. And so to transfer that, that's probably the hardest thing as a young guy. Quarterback's transferring from the meeting room out on the field when it's going a lot faster than it did when he was at Landry Walker.
Appreciate it, Coach.